Right, this would be my updated Bugout bag. I did a video some time ago. The bag's still not even complete, but this is the updated version of what I have at the moment. Obviously I got the ridiculous crossbow, throwing knives and some crossbow bolts. I need to get some more bolts, but that's just a general thing that I have now. I wouldn't necessarily be taking that on a Bugout unless it was a serious fucking situation, but I have that anyway, just generally. So I'll put that aside for now. This I would take. This is just a knife. It's actually a Rambo replica, but it's a good knife, and it's got a survival kit and a compass in the handle which I can unscrew, so it's quite good to have. And in the UK we're not allowed guns, so a big knife like that, no one's going to fucking mess about with you with that. Right, bag. Obviously got the water bottle there. This is a waterproof bag which I can put over the whole bag to make it waterproof, but also in there is a blanket, just a warm blanket, something to sleep on. On the front I've just got this weight load carrying carabiner, some multi-tool bits. First pocket, move a little closer. First aid kit, nitrile gloves, and just a few medicines for myself. I've got a stomach condition, so I take a few extra spare medicines always in there, and some general painkillers, stuff like that. First small front main pocket thing. Inside there, basic survival guide, just because none of us know everything. Good to have for reference. Some tea light candles wrapped up in a waterproof bag. Tea lights are really useful, like if you're out in the cold or you're in a car, whatever. One tea light candle burning for an hour can actually heat up a car. Like you could burn a couple of tea lights and stay warm for a whole evening, or even just one. So I got those. A lighter. I dot these around the bag all the time so that I know that there's always a backup in case I can't find one. Cheap waterproof torch, nothing too special. Another lighter in one of these smaller pockets here. I've got a Victorinox knife sharpener pen thing which has a sharpening stone and a ceramic area there for sharpening my knives. Just a pencil, big boy light. This is almost like a mini mag light, but it's extremely bright and it zooms as well, so I can really focus that. There's 20 quid in there. I don't know why that's there, but normally I do keep like at least 100 quid in here, if not more. There's 20 quid there. I think I used it for some fuel or something a few weeks ago, so I need to top that up with a bit more money. That's that bag. So those are all the easy access basic stuff that I need to get to day to day. Just simple tools, nothing too extravagant. And this is a pretty basic bag, so I think most people should have something of this level. There's nothing too specialised or expensive in here. You should all have this in your car, and when you're out of your car in the house, you should take this in the house just in case you ever have to leave, or you know, for any reason really, especially in current times. It's a good thing to have. Like, I know if I left the house right now with what's in this bag and a pair of shoes on my feet, I could survive indefinitely, more or less. There are a few things I still need for a comfort standpoint, like I don't have much in the way of shelter, but I'm going to order that and I'll explain why I don't need that at the moment. These are just spare filters for my mask, which I've put in the bag temporarily. In this bag I normally keep bandana, like ski masks, which I use for either like a scarf, or I can use them to filter water, whatever. I normally have about 10 of them, but they're all in the wash at the minute. Just some boiled sweets in there. Power bank and cables to go with it. That will get about 4 charges on my phone, or any other USB device you can charge off that. And I've just got a notebook in there, like a portage notebook. So that pocket's not too full at the moment. But then we go to the main pocket. This is where everything really is. This opens out all the way. So in this top half I have another lighter, I have a life straw, which is something that filters viruses and whatever else out of water. You can drink directly out of a river with this, or out of pretty much anything without getting sick. Within reason, you know, you don't want to drink out of a fucking swamp, but you can drink out of any realistic water source with that, clean or dirty. Pouch of coffee, which is quite cool. Just take the spout off, put hot water, boil water and put it in there. You can have a nice coffee. 100 water purification tablets, that's 100 litres of clean drinking water right there. And yeah, and just a spare lighter in the front there as well. Then I've got my ski goggles and my full face respirator, which I'm not going to take out of the bag, but I can use that. I have already used that actually to go shopping the last few days, which has been really good. Inside there is a full cooking pot set with a cup and a large base that I can boil water or food in, and inside there as well I've got some seasoning, I've got a couple of extra lighters and some other food related stuff. I've got my knife and fork in there that I can fold down camping set. That's a jacket, waterproof jacket, folds down into that little bag, which is quite handy. I've got a back brace because I sometimes have lower back problems, so I keep that in there anyway, and it's good for all sorts of things. This organiser, which I'm going to actually change out at some point because it's a bit bulky. I have a spare pair of glasses, sun cream, spare pair of glasses, sunglasses, soaps, general hygiene stuff, and here I have a fire lighting kit which has a ferro rod, a Zippo lighter, some other lighters, and I've got some dryer lint, you know, like from your tumble dryer. You take out the lint, put it in a bag. It's amazing for starting fires. You just take a little clump of it, put it under some tinder and start, and it'll fucking burn for a few seconds, which is good, especially in wet conditions. So dryer lint, take that out and use that. And then in this pocket here I have a survival blanket, and this is basically my shelter currently. So because there's a couple of things I need in the bag which I would recommend you get as well. If you get everything from this bag you'll be fine, but also I'm still waiting because I need to get a 100% wool blanket, Italian wool blanket, because a 100% wool blanket will keep you warm even if it's soaking wet. You could be sleeping in the rain under a tree and that blanket will keep you warm. I need to get a proper tarp, because what I would do with this blanket currently would be to make a little roof out of it like that and tie it down over a line, and that would be a waterproof roof but would also reflect heat. I need to get a proper tarp to do that, and then I can have this as like a sleeping bag. And I need a hammock as well, because I don't mind hammock camping. So a hammock will keep you off the ground, and you can buy sets that are like, the hammock is this big, and you open this out and it's like a full enclosed hammock with a mosquito net. I want one of them, and the under blanket thing that you hang underneath to keep your arse warm when you're sleeping. And then with a tarp over the top and a foil blanket, or your Italian wool blanket, you're going to have a pretty comfy night. You'd probably be warmer than if you were in bed with all that stuff. So yeah, basically this bag is almost completely ready to go. I could survive with just what's in this bag, no problem at all. I would normally put a bit of food in there as well, but I've just rationed all my food, so it's not in here at the moment. But normally I'd keep small packet stuff. You could get some army rations. You get the little block, can't remember what they're called, IMDs or something like that, but they're like little ration packs like that. They're like little biscuits. They're not very nice, but they'll do. Or just keep some like super noodles. Salt is always good to have. Just a few little bits of food that can fold flat, little small packages of like dehydrated food is good. But otherwise this bag would be enough to survive off. All you really need is water, shelter, fire and food. So I've got water, I've got the means to clean my water. I can either boil it, I can purify it with the tablets, or I can drink it straight with the live straw. And I have a container here. Also in the bottom of this there's a metal mess tin that this slots into. So this actually pulls out, and inside, I'm not going to get it out because it's well hard to get back in, but there is a mess tin in there. So I can cook in that, or I can boil extra water in there as well. In terms of fire, I've got a ferro rod which will basically never run out. For sparking, I can spark stuff with that. I've got lighters all over the bag, I've got candles, I have got matches. There's storm matches inside the handle of this in a little survival kit that fits in the handle. I've got a fishing line in there as well, and some snare wire and a little plaster. I've got a full first aid kit that's good for one person, more or less anything, except for unless I need to operate or whatever, but I'm not going to need to do that, or else I'm fucked anyway. Shelter wise, I need a bit more, but I have the foil blanket and a normal blanket. I just need to improve that section. That's the only section I need to improve. And yeah, food. I've got cooking appliances, I've got seasoning, I've got salt, I've got a knife and fork, I've got my normal knife. I just need to put my ration packs back in, which I've got, but they're in the cupboard at the moment. So that's all you really need. You can store this in your car. Whenever I leave my house, I take this with me. If I'm going, I don't take it if I'm going, out shopping. I'm not that sad. But like, if I'm going somewhere in my car, I will take this with me. And if I'm coming back in the house after going out, I will take this and put it back in the house. It doesn't weigh a lot. I know it looks like a big bag, but it really isn't. Let me just zip that up. Yeah, the bag itself is just a Miltech bag. I think it's an American, like, off-brand military make, whatever. But it's a really good bag. I've used it for a long time. I can also store a water bladder in there, that back pouch, but I haven't done that. I've got a water pouch, but I haven't done that. Yeah, and that with that knife. Oh, and the knife I always carry in my pocket regardless. Even if I didn't have the bag, probably do quite well with just that. Little Victorinox Swiss Army knife. I carry that every day regardless. So yeah, and that's my survival bag. Suggest you get your own.